Righty-ho, this is our circuit we're going to use when we drive the little indicator LEDs. We're going to have the GPIO is going to drive the input with either 0 or 3.3 volts, depending on whether it's a logic 0 or 1. A resistor on the base of the transistor will limit the current so it won't blow it to pieces, and I expect when it's turned on to be about 0.6 volts. Between collector and emitter we're going to be switched on and off, and that will drive current through the LED. It'll pull current through the LED. The LED will drop about 2 volts because LEDs just do when they're working. So that's going to be about 1 volt across there when it's turned on, 2 volts across there, so I've got 3 volts altogether. So I expect 2 volts to be across our load resistor. And I want to limit the current in the LED to about 20 milliamps. So just looking down at our calculation here, let's just see, we're going to have 20 milliamps in the collector through the LED. The current in the base needed is 20 milliamps divided by 100 worst case, which is 0.2 milliamps. So IB is V over R, which is 2.7 over 0.2 milliamps, which is 13.5 kilo ohms. Now that would exactly turn the thing on, but I want to be sure it's turned on. It must be saturated, so I'm going to overdrive it a little bit. 4.7k is great. That'll put too much current in, which is not going to be far too much. It'll be fine. And whoops, where's it gone? So we're going to use about, well, I've said 4k7 for that, but we'll actually use 4k7. And the LED on the limiting resistor for the output should be, I estimate, 100 ohms, but that seems a bit low to me, so I'm just going to be very cautious and start with 220 ohms and see how bright the LEDs are when we do that. So there's my calculations. I do teach maths, so I suppose I better be able to get those right. And let's have a look at the other bits. Hello chaps. We've got our camera half built, but it's time to put the driver circuit in for the LEDs. So we need to test it to make sure we've got the right value of resistor. So what we'll do is we'll put them all onto a little breadboard, and we're going to first of all test the red and yellow indicator LEDs, which is kind of a burglar deterrent, maybe, just to let people know that the camera is working. So as a little driver for that, we have little transistors. We could have used a ULN2803 integrated circuit, but I can't be bothered, there's a lot of soldering there. I'm just going to use 2 discrete transistors. Let's have a look at what we've got. Okay chaps and chapesses, we're going to test the little yellow indicator LED and the little blue indicator LED, which are wired up to my little breadboard here, and they're driven by the transistors on here. If I just point to the transistors, that one there, let's use my finger, and the one next to it, those 2 little transistors there are the ones that drive the LEDs. So I'm going to try powering up. I'm just going to put 5 volts on for now, onto these 2 pins here, because these are the ones that drive the signal input, and if I do that, then the yellow one lights up, which is good. If I do that for the blue one lights up, which is good. So I'm happy, my indicator LED is working, and it looks like my little circuit board here is a goer. Hooray! Right, well we'll bolt it into the camera and see if it actually works on 3.3 volts. We've been testing on 5. Hooray, good.